Hello everyone, it's Juliet here. Welcome. Today we are going to be working on this adorable little heart earring, or it could be a very dainty little pendant as well, which you could just hang it from a simple chain. It's, really quite petite, but it's very pretty, I think. And so when I'm designing for you guys, sometimes I have a vision in my mind before I start, and sometimes I just play around with beads and see what comes out. And this is one of those play around with beads and see what comes out moments. So I had pulled out my Eureka Crystal Beads Mystic Tides pack again because I still have a ton of beads in there, and I was like, I'm gonna see if I can just play around and come up with something. And this is what came out of it. So that's why the colors are as they are, because these are all beads that came out of that box or that collection. So I will link everything down below if you're interested, but feel free to also pick your own colors. You don't have to do my colors, obviously. I'll quickly run through the materials. So first of all, I have some wire guards just to hang the earring, and I did take my fingernails and I kind of pulled it a slightly little, just tiny bit open so that it can fit around a rondelle. Okay, actually I may have pulled it a tiny bit too far open, but I'll fix that in a minute. And then I just have some lever back earrings. I thought I would do lever backs for these. Yeah, I don't know. You can use any earring top that you like. This would also look super cute if you haven't already used the studs that came with the box, the vignette studs. It would look great with this, this design, I think. Okay. And then here we have some Miyuki seed beads, and I really don't know if you use Toho, you may get a different result. So I would really use Miyuki because they are much smaller, okay, in this instance. So there is the number that I am using right there, okay? So they're just Miyuki Rounds. And like I said, I'll link everything if you are interested. Then I have some 2mm by 3mm crystal rondelles here. And they're these really pretty kind of bronze pink. They have a little flash of blue in there as well. So pretty, I love them. So they're 2mm stringing length and 3mm width, okay? Then I have some 3mm Krakovski pearls here as well. I have some GemDuos here, okay, and these are the Backlit Spectrum ones is what they are called. Here we go. Backlit Spectrum, okay. You're gonna need one Ginkgo bead just for the top here. I'm using that because I think it looks nice. If you don't have a Ginkgo bead, you could possibly use another GemDuo at the top, but I don't know how that would look, okay? But we got these really gorgeous Ginkgos, which I really wanted to use, but kind of hadn't. Yeah, I mean, I could have made like 5 or 6 projects out of this collection, honestly. So it's Summer Rainbow Pink is what these ones are. Or if you have like a metallic one, that would look really nice as well. Depending on your color scheme, of course. Then here I have a 6/0 seed bead. This, all of these seed beads on this side came out of this mix that we got with the collection. Okay, so I'm just picking them out, but I'll try and look up the item number, the numbers. So I've got these kind of reddish, I don't know what this color would be called, almost a terracotta, but yeah, so these are Miyuki 11/0s. Okay, so just have 2 11/0s, so your main color and then your accent color. So that's my accent color. And then I have 2 colors of 15/0s, only because for the Backlit Spectrum GemDuos, I wanted to tie in a little bit of that blue kind of in the center here. So I've got one here and one here, okay? So I'm only using 4 blue 15s, and the rest are all these silver lined pink ones. Again, I'll try and find out what that number is and link it for you, okay? And that's really all you need. So it doesn't take a whole ton of beads. I am using Fireline 6 pound, okay? And I probably have about 3.5 feet on my needle, and I'm using a size 10 beading needle. You may also need, depending on your earrings, you know, pliers to open them, and obviously you'll need some scissors or something to cut. Pick up 4 of your 2mm rondelles onto your needle, push it down, and leave a 4-inch tail at the end. Sew through all of them again from the tail towards the end where your needle is, and that will form a circle. Okay, so I've kind of gone around my finger here. So we'll form into a circle and then pass through the first one more time just to close up the gap. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so you should now have a little kind of square like this. You're going to pick up one of your accent color 11O seed beads, and you're going to sew through the next crystal. And you're going to do that 4 times going around. So pick up another 11O, go through the next crystal, another 11O, go through the next crystal, and one more time, another 11O, go through the next crystal. Okay, so we now have this, okay? And then you're going to pass through the next 11O and crystal, but not the next 11O, okay? So you want to be coming out kind of opposite, almost opposite from where your tail is, but you're coming out from one of the crystals, okay? And then I'm gonna just flip it over this way so that I'm coming out on the right hand side, just because it's a little easier for me to work it this way. Okay, you're gonna pick up one of your main 11O colors. You're going to pick up one of your GemDuos so that you're going into the right hand side, because we're coming out from the right hand side here. So you want to be going up into the right hand side, okay? Then you're going to pick up another 11O, one 3mm pearl, and one 11O, okay? So we have an 11O, a GemDuo, 11O 3mm, and another 11O. Push it all down, okay? So remember, I'm coming out from the crystal here, okay? You're going to sew back down into the other side of your GemDuo, like this, and you're going to pick up one more 11O main color, and you're going to pass through the same crystal that you started in, okay? So don't just ignore the seed beads that are there, the B colored seed beads, okay? So it should look like this, okay? Then you're gonna go back up through the first 11O, through your GemDuo, and come out the 11O before the pearl, like this. You're going to pick up 3 11Os, 1 pearl, and if you're annoyed by the little bumps, you can kind of like roll it around on your mat, roll it between your fingers, and that usually knocks most of the excess coating off, okay? So if you're like struggling, that usually helps. I like to have a little bit because I feel like it kind of ties the beads together a little bit better, but Anyway, okay, so you've picked up 3 11s, 1 pearl, and then you're going to pick up 4 11s. Okay, so 3 pearl, 4. You're going to go straight down into the same 11 that you were coming out of. Okay, and this may turn this way, it may turn that way. Don't worry about that right now. We're going to like sort it out in a minute, okay? Then you're going to pick up one of your main 15-0 color, one of your second or accent 11-0s, and one 15-0. And you're going to go straight up. So we're coming out the bottom of this 11-0. We're going to go straight up into the one on the other side of the pearl, like this, okay? Again, we're going to pick up 3 11-0s, 1 pearl, and then 4 11-0s. Okay, so 3, 1, 4. You're going to go straight back down into that 11-0 and down through the GemDuo, okay? And pull. And again, this may flip one way, may flip the other, don't worry. Pass again through just the main color seed bead below the GemDuo. Pass again through your rondelle. And again through the other 11-0 and up into the GemDuo. Sorry, just the GemDuo. Okay, so up through this 11-0 and the GemDuo, okay? All right, so now we're gonna turn this the way we want it. So if you look at this, you can see here is the shared bead, and then I have 3 on this side, I have 4 on this side. So I want the 4 to be on the inside, okay? And the 3 on the outside. I'm gonna go up that 1 shared bead plus the 3. So 4 seed beads in total, okay? I'm going to go through my pearl, and then I'm going to pick up an 8-0, another pearl, and another 8-0, okay? So 8-0, 3mm pearl, 8-0. I'm going to now enter into this other pearl, but this time I'm going to have 5 on the outside. So I need to look here and work out, okay, so that one, there's my shared bead, there's 3 and there's 4. So I want the 4 to be on the outside this time. So on this one, the 4 is on the inside. On this one, the 4 is on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to go into the pearl and make sure that the 4 plus that shared one are on the outside, okay? I know it's a little weird. It's just a shaping issue that we have to do this, okay? You're gonna go straight down through all 5 of your beads right here, okay? You're going to pass through your 15-0, your 11 and your 15-0 that are kind of sitting on the top there, okay? And then you're going to go up through all of the beads that are on the middle strand here. So you're going to go up through that shared bead and then up through all 4 of those other beads there, okay? Okay, you're going to pass through the pearl on the outside towards the outside. And you're going to pick up 3 15-0s and 1 accent 11-0. You're going to pass through the pearl at the bottom. And those are just going to sit like this, okay? And then we're going to reverse. We're going to pick up 1 11 and 3/15. And we're going to go straight up into the pearl on the other side. Plus, you can go through the 8/0. Okay. All right, so it looks like this. Then go ahead and also go through the pearl at the very top. And you can kind of snug that in, okay? You're going to pick up one of your 2 by 3 millimeter rondelles. You're going to go down the first 2 seed beads on the like middle here, okay? Let's go down 2 of those. And this is just gonna kind of sit a little weird right for a second, okay? You're gonna sew through the pearl in the middle. And then you're gonna sew up these 2 11/0s on the other side, just the top 2, okay? You're going to sew up through the rondelle that we just added, okay? And kind of pull that in, and that's going to be shared like this, okay? And then you're going to sew through the pearl again on the other side. So we came out originally on this side, we went down, we came up, and so we have to enter in on the other side, okay? All right, so that is one branch of our heart complete, okay? So that's kind of the top area there. So go ahead, sew down through your 8/0, through your pearl, down your 4 seed beads that are on the outside here. Down through your GemDuo and the A colored 11/0. Go ahead, sew through your rondelle and through the next rondelle. Okay, so we're now coming out from this rondelle here, and we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, but in reverse, okay? So I'll talk you through it really quickly. So we're going to pick up one of our main color of 11/0s. This time we need to pick up our GemDuo, entering in on the bottom left side, okay? You're going to pick up, again, a main color 11/0, a pearl, and an 11/0. Okay, so we have 11/0, GemDuo, 11/0, pearl, 11/0. You're going to push it all down. You're going to enter into the other side of the GemDuo. And you're going to pick up one more seed bead. You're going to go through the rondelle that's at the bottom between the 2 B accent 11/0s. Okay, so go through that rondelle. Go. Okay, you're going to pass back up into the A 11/0, the GemDuo, and the next 11/0. We're going to pick up 3 11/0s, 1 pearl, and then 4 11/0s. So 3, 1, 4, go straight down into the same 11-0 that you were coming out from. Pick up a 15-0, an accent 11-0, and one more 15-0. So 15, accent 11, and 15. Go up, straight up into the other 11-0. Okay. Pick up 3 11s, 1 pearl, and then 4 11s. So 3 1 4 again. Go straight down into the 11-0, the GemDuo, and the main color 11-0 below your GemDuo. Pull. Go straight through your rondelle underneath again. Straight back up into the 11-0 and the GemDuo. Okay, so again, we have to figure out what's the outside here. So remember, the outside only has the 3, okay, on this side. It'll have 4 on the inside. So I'm going to turn this so that I know that that's my outside. So I've got the base one that's shared plus 1, 2, 3, and here's the base one plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want the 3 to be on the outside, okay? Go ahead, go up the base plus those 3. And go through your pearl at the top. Okay. Now we're going to pick up 8-0, 3mm pearl and 8-0. Okay. And now I need to turn this so that I have 5 on the outside, or really 4, so the shared one is shared, but yeah, I want the 4 to be on the outside, the 3 to be on the inside, and then I'm going to go through that pearl. So I'm coming out this pearl, going into that pearl. Okay. And kind of pull, and if it's a little weird, that's okay, don't worry. Okay. All right, now we're going to pick up 3 15-0s and 1 11-0 accent color. You're going to go through the pearl at the bottom. Okay, so there's our little line like we have here, okay? And then you're going to again pick up accent color 11 plus 3 15-0s. And you're going to go up through the outside pearl, okay? So like this, you're going to move forward so that you're exiting from the middle pearl. So go through the 8-0 and through the pearl, okay? Give it all a little pull, make sure everything's snugged up the way you want it, okay? Pick up one of your crystal rondelles. Coming out the inside here, you're going to go down the first 2 11-0s on that inside line of beads. You're going to pass through the pearl and try and come out on top of all the beads if you can. If you can't, you might find it easier to flip over to the back for this, okay? It can get a little hard, okay? And then you're going to go up the last 2 seed beads on the other side inside string, okay? And then up through that crystal rondelle that we just added. Kind of pull it so that it's kind of shared, and then go one more time through the pearl. Give it all a good tighten. Okay, so we now have this, okay? Looks a little weird right now, I know. Don't worry, it's gonna look better in a minute. Okay, So go ahead, go down through your 8/0 and your pearl, and you should be on the inside of between the two things right now, okay? And you can go ahead and go down the first 3 seed beads. Then you're going to pick up a 6/0, and if you don't have a 6/0, you could just add another 3mm pearl, okay? So pick up your 6/0 and then go up through the 3 seed beads on the other side and pull this inwards. So this should all pull in like this, okay? You're going to pick up a 15/0, so I'm using the other color of 15/0 right now, okay? And then I'm going to pick up my Ginkgo, and I'm going up through like the right hand. I'm coming out the right hand side here, so I'm going up into the right hand side of my Ginkgo. Then you're going to pick up an 11, a rondelle, and an 11. So main color, 11 rondelle, 11. Go down the other side of your Ginkgo and pick up one more 15/0. And you're going to go down those 3 seed beads at the top, okay? And when you pull it in, it's going to kind of look like this. It might be a little bit kind of just need a little bit of massaging, or all right, so just kind of adjust as necessary to get your beads to sort of sit nicely for a second, okay? Go ahead, pick up another 15/0, and I'm using my blue ones this time. Pick up 1 pearl, if you already used a pearl up here, you might want to pick up a rondelle instead right here, just for added interest, okay? So then you're going to sew down into the left hand. So I'm coming out, sorry guys, I'm coming out right here on the left hand side right here. I'm going to sew down into the left hand seed bead right here, through this middle one, up into the right hand seed bead, okay? So you're just going straight with your 15 and your 3mm. You're going down through the main color seed bead that's attached to that GemDuo. You're going through your accent seed bead, which wants to hide at the back for some reason. And then you are going up through your main colored seed bead that is underneath the other GemDuo. You're going back up through your pearl. You're going through, you're picking up a 15/0, okay? You're going up through those 3 11/0s, through your 15/0 and up over the top, okay? If you're using a wire guard, you're going to pick up your wire guard. So you should be coming out from your 11/0 on the top right now, okay? Pick up your wire guard. And if it doesn't fit over your rondelle, you can kind of pull it out a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to actually pull it in a tiny bit because it's I think I pulled it a little too far apart. Okay. Okay, so then you're going to go down the other side of your wire guard, down through the 11 and and down into the Ginkgo and down into your 15-0 right here, and down the first 2 seed beads, only the first 2 11-0s. Okay, so I'm going coming out from my wire guard, going down through the 11, 15, and 2 11s. Just make sure that your thread sits in the channel. So through your 6-0 or your pearl or whatever you're using right here, okay, go back up into the second top 2 11-0s, which it can be a little hard to kind of get yourself wiggled in there. Okay, so go up those plus the 15-0, okay. Go through your rondelle at the top, and then we're going to go over our wire guard again. So you're going to go up and over, so go through the wire guard, over the top, down through the other side, and then pass through your rondelle. Make sure that that's all sitting correctly, okay? And then once you have done that, you can go down through your Ginkgo, your 15-0, and this time I'm going to go all the way down so that I'm going to follow this line of beads and come out through my GemDuo, okay? Okay, when you get to your GemDuo, go through the 11-0 underneath the GemDuo and into your accent 11-0 that is between your 2 GemDuos, okay? So go through the GemDuo plus the 11 plus that 11. So you're coming out from that 11 right there, okay? You're going to pick up a 15-0, one more pearl, and a 15-0. And you're going to look here, so I'm coming out on the right hand side. I'm going to sew into the right hand side of the very bottom 11-0. I'm going to sew back up through the 15-0, the pearl, and the 15-0 that I just added. And then I'm going to sew into the left hand side of that top accent seed bead that we started in, okay? Okay, so this is now my little heart complete, and what I like to do here is I go back down through the 15, the pearl, and the 15. If you're struggling with that, you can go around this way, okay? Then I'm going to pass through the very bottom 11-0, and I'm going to sew through the next rondelle, and then here is my tail right here, okay? So I'm just going to tie a knot with my tail and then weave in the ends, and that is that finished, okay? So yeah, so my current thread is coming out from this rondelle, my starting thread's coming out from that rondelle. So you can just tie the two together And obviously, if you needed to go back and reinforce anything, you can do that. I just got to massage these a little bit right here. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then as long as you sew away from your knot and then cut your tail off, okay? So I'm just gonna sew through a few beads this way, maybe a few here, maybe up through my GemDuo on this side, and cut. Okay, I'm gonna weave in my other thread and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna open up my lever back earring and slip that onto my wire guardian and close that back up again. Okay, and that is my other earring finished. I'm gonna just give it a little poke. There we go. All right, so here they are, my little heartstring earrings, and they are so very, very small and dainty. I just love how they came out. I think they're really sweet. So hopefully you like them too, and hopefully you'll try them. You know, you can have fun playing around with different colors and things for these. I think that would be really fun. So anyway, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.